Well, Barrelhouse Bessy, Violent Crumble and The Claw may not sound like the girls next door, but here's the frightening thought: they could well be. The curiously named ladies are reviving roller derby in South Australia, a no-holds-barred, women-only sport where teams vie for supremacy on roller skates. Simon Royal reports.
For adults, a set of wheels usually spells freedom. But while most of us are happy with cars or bikes, for these women, true liberation demands a set of roller skates. Meet the Adelaides, a group of women dedicated to the sport of roller derby and its revival in South Australia. And the charge is being led by Barrelhouse Bessy, or as she's better known in her daily life as an events coordinator, Sarah Strong-Law.
Well, you must be a girl with shoes like that. She said you know me well.
I'm from Texas, from Austin, Texas, and it was the Austin, Texas girls who brought back roller derby in 2001. It's the most fun thing I've ever been a part of, or seen, or been a spectator at. I've played sports my whole life, but nothing has grabbed me like roller derby has.
It's a really full-on physical sport. You know, you get to kind of go out, you have a really good workout, you're on skates, which is the nearest thing to flying, you know, as far as I'm concerned, and you know, you're building skills as well.
For a time during the 1950s and 60s, roller derby indeed grabbed a lot of attention. But according to the Adelaides, it died out after becoming a bit of a joke, like wrestling on wheels, which the ladies insist roller derby certainly isn't.
Oh no!
No, we don't like to be compared with wrestling.
Stay together.
There are now 220 roller derby leagues worldwide, but to rebuild the sport here, the first thing Sarah Strong-Law had to do was find a team. A few posters, a MySpace page and an information night were the start. But it was a simple flyer in the Central Market and childhood memories of roller skating that snagged Jude Gaffney, aka Vaderella.
There was a roller disco that happened in Adelaide about a week before I saw this poster, and I was really upset because I used to roller skate all the time and none of my friends would go with me, so I was really upset I didn't get to go to roller disco. And then I saw this poster just hanging, kind of flapping, and there was this girl going, "We want you to roller skate and roller derby." I'm like, what's roller derby? I've got no idea, but there's a girl on skates and she looks mean, and it's at the Wheat Sheaf, which is one of my favourite pubs for info night. I was hooked.
For the novice, a roller derby bout consists of two jammers trying to get through the pack. For each opposing team member passed, there's a point. Then there are the rules. When State Line visited the Adelaides, the champion artistic skaters, Team Skate FX, were also doing their stuff, leading outsiders to the obvious conclusion roller derby has no rules apart from flatten your opponent by any means possible. Referee Mr. Hot Rod, Neville Harris, insists that's not true.
There's definite rules on how you can flatten your opponent. There are contact points that we make sure the girls only use. They're not allowed to use anything above the head, they're not allowed to touch anyone above the head, they're not allowed to trip. There are major penalties and minor penalties. A major is when they get sent to the sin bin. So no, there's a controlled atmosphere out there. It may look pretty hectic, but no, there's plenty of rules.
But Barrelhouse Bessy says the most crucial thing in building an effective team is building a formidable roller derby persona, and that starts with the name. The name Barrelhouse Bessy came from Sarah Strong-Law's deeply disturbed neighbour.
I grew up in a small town of 300 people in Texas. I mean, all that was there was a blinking red light in the middle of town. And there was this old man who lived across the street from me named Red Yoakum. And his goal in life as an old man was to pester me. Like, I have no problem with that whatsoever. And he used to stand across the road at me when I was about 3, I can remember this, and scream, "Barrelhouse Bessy!" And I would stand out there, usually butt naked, in my front yard going, "Red Yoakum, that's not my name."
Jude Gaffney is a sci-fi fan, so Vaderella, the marriage of Darth Vader and Barrelhouse, was natural.
Make your way to the front, madam.
There's Madame Abattoir and Pistola Divine. How Grimy Knickers got her name probably doesn't bear thinking about. But despite her girl-next-door exterior, the most menacing of the lot must be the Claw, jewellery designer Leanne Marshall.
And there's a huge cross-section of girls as well. Like, we play with girls that probably we wouldn't get to mix in
Never.
our
We
ordinary
range in
lives.
age from 21 to 37.
That's me, by the way.
And the Claw.
The Claw's the granny of the team.
Oh, don't.
So the Claw actually developed out of your incipient arthritis, not
Oh, that's a slap.
No, actually.
Oh, sorry.
No. And as soon as this interview's over,
I'm going to be clawed.
yeah, you will be clawed. Yeah.
She's not kidding either, just so you know.
Well, that's the great thing, is you get to be fierce. That's the best thing about this sport, is you get to be really physical and fierce.
Ready, fall!
And speaking of fierce, they've been training since last July and are now putting in 3 nights a week of intensive work. Next Sunday, the Adelaides say they'll make Australian history with the first ever interstate roller derby bout against arch foe Melbourne.
We're going to kill him.
There's no doubt.
And while massacring Melbourne, of course, is a joy in and of itself, the real goal now for Barrelhouse Bessy, the Claw and Vaderella is to see even more people waking up to the delights of roller derby.
My dream has always been for roller derby to be a community. It's not often that women who work full-time jobs, which is everyone on our league, have this community and this sport to be a part of. And that's all I ever want for roller derby. I don't see it as being some entertainment, gigantic business. It's what it is. It's a homegrown roots organization for women who need an outlet in their lives.
And in case you're wondering, the Claw says that men are welcome to join roller derby. They make excellent water boys, apparently. Well, it's time for us to put our skates on and go for this week.